Welcome to Stepdad Success, turning the tide on the way stepdads are seen and show up in the world. We're a new breed of leaders raising leaders. Blood or no blood, we raise them as our own. We're connected, loving, and committed to leading them into the future. If you asked a normal dad, he'd say we're doing the impossible. He'd say, but they're not yours. How do you do it? Yet every day, stepdads around the world are forging the way. That's what we call Stepdad Success. We're leaders raising leaders. And these are our stories. G'day, it's James Klobasser here from Stepdad Success, and today I wanted to talk about empowering others. As we've talked, and we've talked in the past about us being leaders raising leaders. We're empowering our kids at every stage through life. But it's not just our kids that we're empowering. We're empowering everyone around us. At least we are if we're good leaders. I wanted you to think about your partner today, your wife, your girlfriend, however that shows up for you. Today, I was up at 3 a.m., a lot of work on the plate this week. I've been busy, hard at it, and along with that, so's my partner. Leonie's got her own business, she runs that, and runs the household. I obviously help with that, help with the boys. We're a team in that respect. But at the same time, I have to be leading the family. That's part of a man's role. Leading the family and knowing when people need time out, knowing when people need to focus, knowing when people need to kind of take a break from it all. Today, Leonie was off. She's gone for a hike with a friend. She's into hiking, loves the hiking through the bush, and the last few days, she's been really busy, and it was nice to be able to give her that space and be able to empower her to take that break and encourage her. A lot of guys get caught in, why are you going here? We've got stuff to do in the house. You have to remember, this is an equal game. If you need to pick up the slack in the house and do the vacuuming, you need to pick up the slack, because your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, they're putting in just as much as you. Sometimes as guys, we get caught in our heads. I know I do. I get caught in my head thinking, I'm doing all the work here. I'm picking up the kids from school. I'm bringing home the bacon. And that's not the right attitude. You have to be able to release enough space for your partner to thrive as well. So I actually encourage Leonie to get out, to take the time out, to stop being busy, empowering her to lead her own life. Not for me to control her life, but for her to lead in her own way, and for her to be able to lead the people around her. As I said, as guys, we get caught in this track of, we're trying to control everything. And sometimes we think that we're entitled to having help around us. This is old thinking. We don't want to pass on that train of thought and that way of thinking to our kids. If they're to lead, we must lead first. And us being able to empower our partners allows our kids to watch that as well. And don't worry, they're watching. They're repeating things that you say. You can probably remember at a young age, if your kids were young and you swore a little bit, they're the next ones to repeat it back to you. So remember, they're watching. They're watching you lead the family. They're watching you whether you're controlling your partner and cutting her down for doing her thing. And they're watching if you're empowering her, lifting her up, allowing her to lead in her own way. Super important for you today. I wanted to just touch on this. It's a reminder more than a kick in the backside. Maybe it's a kick in the backside for some. But take the time today. Have a think about your partner. Jump into your journals and maybe I challenge you to write down a list of all the jobs that she takes care of. And then write down at the end of that, how much time does she take out for herself each week? In just the same way I encourage you to take your own time out and get away and refresh. How much time do you allow her to do that? How much time do you allow her to refresh herself, rejuvenate? As I said, Leonie's out hiking in the forest today. She'll take the whole day. She enjoys that. She loves that. It refreshes her. But go to your journal today. Write those things down. Write a checklist of all the things your partner does, what they do for you, what they do for the kids, what they do for the household. See if you can take any of those off her hands to create space for her, to empower her to go out into the world and do her thing, to refresh. Have a think about that one today, and I'll catch you next time on the podcast. Thank you. Would you like to learn more about how stepdads across the globe are joining forces in raising the next generation of leaders? Then head to www.stepdadsuccess.com and grab all the show notes plus a copy of the brand new tactical guide for creating more happiness, health, wealth, and wisdom as a stepdad. And if you liked the podcast, please share it with other stepdads you know and leave us a review on iTunes. Again, that's www.stepdadsuccess.com for all the show notes and tactical guide. Come and join the new breed of stepdads, the growing group of leaders raising leaders.